Welcome to LeonCo, welcome to your weekly financial news. Welcome to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly financial news, and on this week's financial news we'll be discussing the problem with going back to school. Yes, we are going to discuss this situation and not necessarily on a health standpoint. We know that health-wise this is something very troubling for some people, even for the whole nation. Having children, young youth, young adults, all conglomerate into one space, having contact with one another, not necessarily having the right social distancing between them, not necessarily the right amount of protection that they need to not get sick. So this, in a health standpoint, is something very troubling. But let's talk about how can this affect the economy. Yes, I've known not many people have thought about how going back to school is going to affect the economy and how it's going to affect lots of people financially. So let's jump right to it. So when we discuss going back to school, we need to understand that the states, the nation, and many places have not going back up to their normality. They have not opened up. People are still, some are jobless and some are still working remotely from home. Most households are struggling to pay their debt, are struggling to pay their bills, and we have not seen another stimulus that provides help for these individuals. Yes, we've had the executive order from the President of the United States, but we have not yet seen the significant help that we need. So when it comes to going back to school in these few weeks, the troubling situation is this. When there is a family home that they are dependent of the two main money that both adults bring to the table, there is going to be a problem if there are children, because schools are not going to go back up. Most schools are going to be remotely, be it computer, and family needs someone to take care of those children, and the family needs to have an adult working with the children for the schoolwork. So what does this mean? This means that one of the parents is going to have to quit their job, find a job that works from home, or they're going to have to pay for someone or a family member to take care of the children when those children are at home and taking their classes. And why is this a problem? Let's say this family household depends on the two incomes of that family. If one of those people is left out from that income, you'll see that half of what goes into that family is going to be lost automatically. And it's not necessarily because they want to, it's because it's a necessity, because they need to provide that well-being to those children, and they need to be with those children for them to stay at home and get their classes done and get that education. So this is going to be a snowball effect that is going to happen when we talk about the economy. Maybe we're not seeing this today, but we're going to see that maybe in a month, 2 months, when lots of people are going to jump back right into unemployment, and not because they want to, it's because they need to. Because this going back to school season is going to be one of the hardest seasons in the United States, because it's not going to be because of COVID. It's going to be because they want to keep their children safe and they want to be with their children. And this is the main situation that we're going to face, and this is going to have big economic and financial effects in the economy. So I hope we expanded your mind when it comes to looking at how the back to school is going to affect, not necessarily in a health standpoint, but in a financial standpoint. So I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and always remembering to have that king mentality.